Silvio Simak for his exclusive interview with Michael Bolick. Now, let's meet our next two fighters.
Tom Richards, 23 years old, from Wales, fighting out of Stratford-upon-Avon, fighting fit Banbury.
Marvin Vittori, I come from Italy and I train in London Shoot Fighter.
Joined a new gym, joined a new team for this fight, lots of jiu-jitsu, lots of boxing sparring and plenty of conditioning. Just looking forward to fighting now.
I work a lot on my ground game, which is my best place where I want to be, and also I train more in my ground and pound.
Marvin, don't know nothing about you, don't really care to be honest. Trained hard, trained like I would for any other fight, just looking forward to getting it on.
Tom Richards, I can't wait you to see in the cage and make you suffer at least half of what I suffered in this training camp.
Right now we have a welterweight mixed martial arts fight. Tom Richards versus Marvin Vittori.
What's the difference between the two fighters?
Yeah, we've got some really good pro fighters coming out of London Shoot Fighters, and these guys are used to cutting weight, so I can imagine Marvin Vittori weighing a lot more than his opponent right now.
I like the double jab that Vittori used there to enter in on that double. It wasn't really even a double. Sorry, Richards kind of just fell under the pressure of Vittori.
And as you can see, ground control and takedowns are going to be top class from all the fighters coming out of London Shoot Fighters, and just proven there once again.
Imagine the sponsor for this fight, Warrior Island, has their eyes on the London Shoot Fighter camp. It's going to be a TV show coming out from the Full Folks. Check it out.
And did you see or notice Marvin Vittori looking over to his corner, waiting for instruction, because you'll hear they'll be very vocal coming out of that corner.
He's running his top position perfectly. Pressure with the shoulders, pressure with the hips, picking his shots, and he's passing and moving forward with each shot as well. Puts two in and advances forward. Richards is struggling in this very loose half guard now.
Well, Tom Richards, being in the army, will have a bit of toughness about him. He's training out of Fighting Fit in Banbury. Slightly older than his opponent, and in a bit of trouble right now. And tapped.
Vittori took the back off the mount position. Richards turned, didn't quite have himself covered up, and Vittori just collected up that rear naked choke win. That was beautiful, Neil.
That was so quick. I was busy in the middle of a little story and got caught out.
Good ground and pound taking place here. I like to call it mashed potato.
Tom Richards didn't like the the strikes coming from Marvin Vittori, and try to tie him down, and you'll see he'll turn over once the strikes start running in. Turns over, gives his back away, which is a fatal mistake against somebody like Marvin Vittori, training out of London Shoot Fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Our referee Dan Lovahetti calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute 31 seconds in the very first round, declaring your winner by tap out due to rear naked choke, fighting out of the red corner, Marvin Vittori! And your runner-up is Tom Richards.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, it's main event time. We've got Mark Navarro fighting out of Scotland, taking on Ian Badman Martel in a UK1 light heavyweight title fight. Let's meet the fighters.
Hi, my name is Mark Navarro. I'm fighting at the SkyX fight team, Dundee. I'm 5'11". I've had 6 fights, 5 wins and 4 TKOs.
Ian Martel, I'm 23 years old and I fight at Team Cab on Liverpool.
I've been training hard for this fight like we do for every fight. I've been doing a lot of runs, a lot of hull sprints, a lot of hard sparring, circuits and a lot of one-on-one pad work.
Training's been as hard as ever, and tonight I'm going to show you how it's done.
Ian Martel, I've been watching a lot of your fights on YouTube. I keep hearing you saying that you like a stand-up fight, so tonight we're going to find out.
Mark, keep your hands up tonight, my man, otherwise it's going to be a short night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is for the UCMMA UK1 Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing your first fighter, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a UK1 fighter with a record of 5 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 88.4 kilograms. Fighting out of the SkyX fight team in Dundee, make some noise for Mark the freaking Rican Navarro! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a UK1 fighter with a record of 9 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in 93 kilograms. Fighting out of T. Calmon, here is Ian Badman Martell.
Here we go, guys. 3 threes. K1 rules. Any questions for me? Protect yourselves at all time. Listen to my words of command at all time. No elbow strikes. If I say break, break clean. Do not hit on the break. If there's a knockdown, go to a neutral side of the cage and I'll pick up the count. If I tell you to stop at any time, you stop. Touch gloves. Get ready for war.
No touching, unusual. Flying double knee by Martell. Immediately you can tell the intensity difference. Body shots by Navarro. This has got good fight written all over it. UCMMA 35, in association with Global Proving Ground. This is the kind of scrap you want to see, folks. Good short right uppercut there by Navarro.
And what I like about this is there's a lot of body shots which you don't necessarily normally see. But with an MMA glove, that body shot is just so much more painful.
It's a good strategy, especially in the first round for Navarro. So he's going to take that explosivity away from Mattel in the second and third round. But those knees are going to take his brain away if he's not careful.
He's penetrating with those uppercuts beautifully through the middle.
Yeah, Martell in the black shorts from the red corner. Mark Navarro, white shorts in blue corner.
You see Martell, more of a boxer. Hasn't thrown many kicks, or any kicks.
Quite a lot of knees, though. A lot of knees.
Not Martell, sorry, Navarro. Navarro's not thrown any kicks.
Heavy
likes his
shots.
uppercuts. You know, I've broken my thumbs, both thumbs, with uppercuts to the elbows.
Heavy kick there by Martell. He's so explosive.
He's taken a lot of punches.
This is, he caught him there with the left counter. I was going to say that inside fight style, that's the kind of fight that Navarro wants in this battle. He doesn't want to be trading distance with Martell. The ability he has to cover range is amazing.
And so far, Martell's knees are causing most of the damage to Navarro. He's cut.
He leaps into him so dynamically, it's perfect. They're causing some real damage. Another one. That's such a massive weapon in this UK1 rule set. Navarro is cut just under the right eye there. He's still in this fight, though. As I mentioned, he's a tough guy.
Throwing some beautiful uppercuts through the middle.
You can hear him growl as he's throwing them. Martell's face also looking a little bumped up now. Navarro just walking him down. I'm curious as to whether Navarro may have hurt him at some point.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we may see a standing 8 here. Referee for the count. For those of you who've been with us all night, obviously this is UK1, so you have standing 8 counts now. It's not an immediate stoppage like in mixed martial arts. Martell must smell the finish now. Create some space, be dynamic, open up with a jab or a kick.
But as you said, Navarro is a tough character, and even though he had the 8 count, he is the one moving forward, dishing the punches.
Setting the pace of this fight. He's not new to being hurt, to being in a well, not really a controversial, but a difficult situation in the fight. Oh! Navarro looks very worse for wear. We've got a standing 8 count at the end of the round. This may or may not be over. The referee allows him back to the corner.
What an exciting fight. I can smell the blood. You know, if I had to count the punches, I would give that to Navarro. If I had to count the damage caused, I'd give it to Martel. So now, it being K1, I would have to give that to Navarro. He's the one with the cuts. He's the one with the blood all over his face. But he landed more strikes.
But then Martel had 2 knockdowns within that round.
So yeah, how do you score that? Is that a 9-9 round?
I believe, technically speaking, you give that 10-8. Okay, go, folks. Round number 2. Lovely body shots by Martel. Why is he engaging him in this range? He does so much better when he's on the outside.
No idea. I would be kicking. I would definitely be kicking, especially the shorter fighter. I'd be throwing those thigh kicks, up kicks.
Slow him down. He's going to be a stationary target. Navarro is still in this fight. Heavy body shot there, digging right into the strong frame of Martel.
Martel just catching his breath, and then he explodes. Here we go.
You can see the blood just in the back of Martel's back there from Navarro's face.
Big up kick there from Martel.
Was that straight up through the middle to his face? Referee breaks him. Oh!
Big knee. I think both of them should get an 8 count for that.
Grant was all over that. He knew it was a slip. Oh,
I think he kicked so high, if he landed on his head, he might have stunned himself with that fall.
He went for that jumping right knee. It seems to be his best weapon in this fight so far. More of those body shots from Navarro. Oh. He's set up for another knee as well. Martel's explosiveness has come down slightly. In that second round now, Navarro is starting to work him down.
One of those fights is just amazing to see how much these guys can take. The body punches, the head punches, the knees to the man's head.
The limits of the human body always astound me. And just the toughness of some of these guys.
It's definitely been a very exciting fight so far.
Navarro is... I'd actually give him this round so far. Martel's had a few flying knees, which have been incredibly impressive and caused a lot of damage. But Navarro is the one coming forward. Okay, this was the undoing of Navarro in the previous round. Dig in with those body shots.
I'd like to see Navarro just throw one knee. One knee would be great.
I'm curious, do you think Navarro's setting him up for those, like a short right hook or something with all those body shots? He's going to go down. He's going to go down.
He's trying to make the man drop his elbows a bit so he can get the headshots in. But so far, Martel's guard has just been superb.
He's going to be a bit slower coming into that round 3, though.
I don't want to be a judge.
It's okay, you're a
well,
fighter.
I'm sitting here with you.
I am a very pretty man. Vocally, of course. Folks, thanks for joining us here tonight. UCMMA number 35, Global Proving Ground, round number 3. Mark Navarro versus Ian Martel. A little showboating there by Martel. Navarro is just unrelenting, man. What the hell do they feed these guys up in Scotland that makes them like this? It's just straight up tough. That right hook found its home there.
He's going to have some sore elbows, that Martel.
Bit lighter on his feet now, finally throwing some kicks. He's in that range.
At last.
Nice.
It's a K1 fight, you know. It's your bread and butter, those kicks.
I would like to see Navarro throw some kicks from this range. I found as a shorter guy, you can actually get some power from this range with a short, small tie kick. Nice. Nice uppercuts there. And you can see the sweat fly off their bodies when he hits him.
He does need to move a little bit laterally. Mark Navarro. He's you know, just leaning forward and punching. He should come from the side. You can see Ian Martel's guard's pretty good. He just needs to move sideways slightly to get deeper into those body shots.
Martel coming alive now.
Yeah.
Seems like he's just decided he wants to be back in this fight. Martel is now cut as well, bleeding from the nose. Navarro looks like a bloody mess. But he's still the one doing the work. I don't want to say he's carrying the fight, but he's carrying the aggression in this fight. I would like to see more of that from Martel. He looks very impressive, deep to the face. Flying knee.
He's been throwing a few of them, and he just doesn't get that penetration, so he's slightly off target. He must be hurting. I don't think that those body punches are not hurting him. It will affect your movement.
They have slowed him down considerably. I'm curious as to whether Martel has, in previous fights, gone all out in the first round and then found that he's blown himself out. So maybe he's tried to stagger his pace a lot more in this.
He has been pacing himself throughout the rounds. You can see that he sort of covers up, and then he will explode for a second or two, and then do it again. Whereas Navarro has just kept going, relentlessly kept going. Unfortunately, been kneed a couple of times too many in the face.
Yeah. Puts his chin down, his hands up, steps into range, body shots, uppercuts. And we go to another decision.
Both these guys are very happy raising their hands, and so they should. Asking the commentator the question, did I win?
We are obviously the authority in this.
And I've got to be biased.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of UK1 action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge number 1 scores this bout 27-28. Judge number 2, 27-28. And judge number 3, 27-29 for your winner and new UCMMA UK1 light heavyweight champion, Ian Badman Martel. And let's have a round of applause for tough as nails, Mark Navarro.
Wow, 3 rounds of pure action, and what a contender you had to fight against as well. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm happy to have a good fight in front of you guys. Throughout my career, I haven't really been happy with my performances, so thank you. I'd like to thank my coach, Colin Heron, Paul Sats, Mark's gang on Mr. Team Chesty, and hey, Nick Chapman, what are you doing in December? I've got one more, a couple more fights at light heavy, and I'm going for middle. So Nick Chapman, come get it, baby, let's do this.
He's left the building, otherwise I'm sure Dave would have him up there. How was your training out in Brazil? I mean, we've seen you come from strength to strength. You've gone away, you've fought, you've trained. How's that been?
Hey, Brazil was a mad thing, and I'd like to thank all the guys in Brazil, my coach Colin, and you know, it's a great experience. It taught me a lot about life, because all us in here are lucky, you know, we all got money, we all got a good system. Them back there, they ain't got. So let's be grateful for what we got.
100%. Well done. Everyone, your winner for tonight, Ian Badman Martel.
What an amazing night of fight, folks. You've been here with us at UCMMA 35 in association with Global Proving Ground. Neil, it's been fantastic here at the Troxy.
You know, it's been an amazing night of fights, some great decisions, some great finishes, and an all-round victory for MMA.
For myself, Simon Norman, Mr. Neil Grove, the Power Up production crew, and UCMMA in association with Global Proving Ground, we thank you for joining us, folks.